What's up, quadcopter fans? Today I'm going to be flying my V303 Seeker with the candy dropper parachuter attached to the bottom. So in order to mount this just quickly, I have it mounted with the Wakira G2D mounting bracket. Some zip ties here. I tested this at home just to make sure it would open up. It did open up. It's going to be using the channels for the gimbal in order to power this parachuter. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide this onto the bottom of the quadcopter, and then as you can see it's on there. It's loosely mounted. Come up with a more permanent solution once we test it out and make sure it's working correctly. But when I plug these wires in, I'm going to go into where the gimbal wires go. This is going to be my signal wire, which is the yellow, so it's going to go to the far right. As you can see, the bay doors have opened, so I'm going to go ahead and close those. There we go. So when I hold up on the transmitter, it's a very slow process to close this, because it's designed for the gimbal to slowly open, slowly close. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our parachuter dude here. We're just going to slightly wrap him up. And then we'll go ahead and open up the bay doors, which they appear to be opening up by themselves already. Stick our parachuter in there, and then we'll go ahead and start closing this. So it seems to be having kind of a mind of its own. It's getting some mixed feedback from the transmitter. So it looks like we got it closed. Go ahead and fire up the motors. We have liftoff. Now it's not centered correctly, so it's causing the V303 to fly a little awkward. We do have liftoff. We're getting a little bit of a drift out of it. It wasn't on very level ground whenever I calibrated it either. So we'll go ahead and take it up a little bit higher, and then we'll go ahead and try opening up the bay doors on it. So we're going to go ahead and start pushing down on the transmitter. And you can see our parachuter just came down. V303 is fine. So it looks like it works. So that's test one. The only thing is going to be a pain in the ass is every time I want to test this, I'm going to have to land it. But I'm going to have to come up with a more permanent solution as it's moving around on there. It's causing the V303 to move around too as well. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it in and land it. So we'll find some grass here. Give it a little bit of a cushion on the parachute as well. So our engines are off. Looks like we got a little grass caught up there in the blade. But this is the Hobby Kings candy dropper, which is a parachuter hooked up to the V303. So test one did work. In order to open up the bay doors, and close them, we have to hit these buttons here. It'd be great if I could program it to, well, one switch such as the camera to where it could open and close possibly, instead of having to use these trim buttons here for the gimbal. That just takes forever in order to be able to do it. But we did have a successful launch with it. The whole point of wanting to put it on the V303 is that it's such a stable quadcopter that I'm going to end up putting another quadcopter inside there, or close it in there of some sort, and then drop and release that from this candy dropper. And since this one can stay in the air and fly on its own, basically, it allowed me to be able to guide the second quadcopter down. So that's the angle, but today it was just a test with Parachuter Dude. So hopefully this video helped you out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and stay tuned for more videos.